Hello, 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 dreamers, and welcome to Perla's Dreams. So let's go ahead and see what we have for Aries for this upcoming month of March. Again, guys, these readings are general, so only take whatever applies and please leave the rest. Alright, let's go ahead and see. There is a how do I say this? There's a lot of scattered energy when it comes to you guys, Aries. I don't know if this is you guys are trying to find your way, or you guys are trying to figure out a way to get back into alignment, whether this is at work, whether this is within yourself, like physically, whether this is romantically or something like that. But there is an energy of wanting to come into alignment, wanting to get back on track is what I'm hearing. There's an energy of wanting to finally feel like you've made it, whatever that means for you. There's this space where there's work that needs to be put in. There's this practical aspect to something that you're trying to achieve that you have been either avoiding or you have been trying to bypass. Now, what I mean by that is sometimes individuals or people, let's put it this way, believe that by wishing on something or hoping that something is going to change without actually making any changes it's kind of crazy, right? So there is an energy where you're being asked by spirit to really gather yourself, gather your thoughts, gather your goals, your plans, whatever it may be, and let's put them into a practical way of achieving them. Because again, there is this space that lives, or that is there for you to achieve what it is that you want, to achieve what it is that you desire. But a lot of you guys are kind of limiting yourself by either saying, oh, I'm gonna wait until I have this, I'm gonna wait until this happens, I'm gonna wait until that happens. And it's like, you know what, spirit is trying to tell you at this moment in time that now is the time to go ahead and take that step forward. Now is the time to take that leap of faith. Now is the time to go ahead and chasing that goal, that dream that has been, I don't want to say so much dormant, because it's like it's been there all along. It's just kind of like you have been trying to perfect the dream without actually taking any action. So that, does that make sense? Because it's like a lot of you are again waiting for something to fall into place, or waiting for something to come through, or something to change, not realizing that the power is within you to make those changes. The power is within you to go ahead and make that progress. Let's go ahead and see. Okay. For some of you, there is this energy when it comes to things circling back around from the past. Now, this may be a significant other, this may be a friend, or whoever it is. There is an energy of somebody from the past coming back. The only thing about this energy that kind of feels kind of like is that you may have been wanting or waiting for someone from the past to come forth with an apology, with a please forgive me, with a with some accountability for their behavior towards you. But I feel that when it comes through, when this individual comes towards your life and says, "I'm sorry," they're still in a way kind of blaming you for your action, for the actions, for their actions, I should say. So it's kind of like this backhanded type of apology that is coming through, and in a moment of clarity, you see right through it, and you realize that in reality, you didn't need this apology, or you didn't need this person to come forward in order for you to move on. But I feel like spirit is allowing this person to come through with their backhand apology in order to allow you to move past this, in order to allow you to close that chapter, to close that door. Because again, this may be the one thing that you're waiting for. Like, oh, once this person apologizes to me, I'm going to do this. Once this is in order, I'm going to do that. And spirit is like, no, you don't need that. But just to prove to you that you don't need that, I'm going to give it to you, and there's going to be no change in how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So this month is definitely about a lot of internal work when it comes to you guys. And to really dig deep down inside of you, to ask yourself, why is it that you are always putting certain things on hold? Why is it that you're always holding yourself hostage? Because that's pretty much like the energy that I'm picking up. It's like somebody holding themselves hostage, even though you are prepared with everything within yourself to achieve whatever it is that you want. You're holding yourself back. So the question is, why are you doing this to yourself? um there is definitely here an energy of feeling like you're being pulled in different directions when it comes to when it comes to romance. Some of you are either met somebody new and are trying to make a new connection work, but again, you haven't closed the door completely to the past because you're still waiting for that person to apologize. And it's like, you know what? Whatever is here, whatever is behind, whatever's in the past doesn't deserve the energy that you're giving it. You should be really trying to give the new person, the new opportunity, a chance and investing your energy more in that. Now, for those of you that this, because it's showing that to me like three times already, for those of you that you were put in a three-party or third-party situation, however it is that you want to word it, where someone put someone else or something else above your connection with them, whether it was their job, whether it was a family member, or whether they just flat out cheated on you. um there is a sense of needing to walk away or needing to realize that anybody new that you meet doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to treat you the same way or that they're going to do the same thing. Now, in order for that storyline to change, there has to be inner work, because if you go into anything that you go into thinking or expecting, right, what has happened to repeat itself, it is going to repeat itself, because it is an energy that you're calling for. It is an energy that you are allowing to continue growing. So for those of you that are still in that space where you're just like, okay, every time I meet somebody, they do this to me. Every time I meet somebody, they do this to me. You have to learn to change the dialogue that you have within yourself and towards yourself. So a lot of people want to, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna wake up one day and everything is going to be perfect. It doesn't really work like that. It has to be a daily choice of putting you and choosing you every day so that you can start to see those changes made. And a lot of you Aries are like, okay, how much more inner work do I have to do? Well, sorry to break it to you, inner work is something that we are continuously doing. Now, the only thing here is that it's always different. It looks different depending on what stage of our life we're in. And you have to kind of sit down with yourself and be brutally honest with yourself with what is it that you are desiring, and what is it that you are actually saying or speaking out, right, into reality. Where are your thoughts? Like, are your thoughts and what you're saying in alignment with what it is that you desire, with what it is that you're working towards? Or are your thoughts and words working against you? Because for a lot of you Aries, there is this space where it's like, okay, I want this, right? And I'm gonna use like something very silly, like I want to lose 20 pounds, right? But then again, you're sitting there thinking like, oh, I will never lose 20 pounds. Oh, it takes forever to lose 20 pounds. Oh, I can't work out 5 days a week. I can't do cardio. I can't do so what you're speaking out and what you're thinking is in opposition to what it is that you want to accomplish. So there is a sense here of needing to get the thoughts and the speaking out, right? The words that you are using towards yourself in alignment with what it is that you're trying to achieve. So if what you're trying to achieve is to lose 20 pounds, and again, this is just an example, then you have to start thinking like, okay, I can do 20 minutes of walking every day. I can reduce my calorie intake by 200 calories a day. Whatever it is. And then you start speaking, okay, so you start thinking, okay, I could do this. And then you start saying, okay, I am going to do this. I'm going to walk three days a week for 20 minutes. I am going to cut my calories for, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, whatever it is, and then slowly start taking those steps. And then when you start to do that, there is this sense within our, it's almost kind of like human nature. It's the more that you do something, the more that you practice something, the more it becomes a norm, the more that it becomes something that becomes naturally to you. And a lot of you guys, when it comes to manifesting, is something that you have to practice in order for it to become natural, right? So there is a sense, whether it is that you need to listen to like self-help book or whatever it is, there is a change that has to come. And unfortunately, as much as you want to look up into the stars and just wish for it, this is an internal work that has to come from within you, and there's nothing that is going to change that. um the space, again, that space where that reality lives is within reach, as long as you go ahead and you put the work that you need to put into it. All right, let's go ahead and see. there there needs to be a safe space for you to vent. There needs to be a safe space for you to be creative. There needs to be a safe space for you to relax, to enjoy, to love. And a lot of you have been looking outside of yourself to find that. Well, if I do this, I'm going to feel this way. If I do that, I'm going to feel that way. Again, it is all coming right back to this internal self, to this internal growth, to this internal work that some of you may have been avoiding. And for those of you that are sitting there and like, oh, I haven't been avoiding it, I've been doing it, then maybe there's a tweak. Maybe there is an old way of speaking to yourself that is no longer in alignment with where it is that you're headed. Maybe you're speaking to yourself from a space of survival mode when you're no longer in that space. You've done the work to get yourself out of that. So there isn't a space here of needing to reevaluate what it is that you have been doing on a daily basis and why you may be feeling stuck, why you may be feeling like something is not growing or something is not working in your favor. It's, I mean, I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it. There is this image of somebody sitting down like in a meditative pose with their legs crossed, like Indian pose. And it's funny because it's almost kind of like they're sitting on water, and it is literally reflecting on the opposite. And it's like a lot of you have really lost, excuse me, a touch within yourself. A lot of you are having a difficult time trying to like hear yourself, or it's almost kind of like, I don't know if you're streaming a lot or looking at a lot of different things to help you, but it's almost like let's quiet ourselves, let's quiet the outside distractions, right? And let's listen to ourselves. Like, you yourself know what's best for you when that comes to like your finances, when that comes to your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. There is a sense that it is okay, and it's always a good thing to learn, right? But at the end of the day, you have to learn to stand true in your own truth, right? So there, like, again, we're just using the exercise or the weight loss as an example. There are a lot of diets out there. There's a lot of like, go carnivore, go vegan, don't do cardio, just do weight lift. No cardio, no weights, and this and that. And there's so much information, let's put it this way, that can become overstimulating. So I would say choose one of those things, right? And again, it doesn't have to be about your health. It could be about like self-growth, right? Like, is your main goal this month to meditate for 5 minutes, or is it to get outside for 10 minutes a day? Is it, it's almost kind of like, don't try to do it all at once, because what tends to happen when you do that is that you end up giving up. So there is this need for practical steps, again, as we said in the beginning, to what it is that you're trying to achieve, to what it is that you want to move forward in. And it doesn't matter whether this is something that is purely spiritual that you're trying to achieve, or if it's something purely physical that you're trying to achieve. There has to be practicality within it in order for you to achieve it, right? And that's pretty much like the sense of this month for you, is like learning to navigate these spaces where you are learning to bring practical actions into the things that you want to create, into the things that you want to see finally come to fruition in your life. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card to end this reading. Conclusions are within reach. So again, there is this sense of like really needing to dive into the space of allowing, allowing spirit to guide you on how to allow this to manifest, or what it is that you have to put into a practical stance, right, for practical use in order to allow something to manifest. Give me a minute. I'm just looking for the book so I can read the definition from the book. Do I even... I know I have this book. I just don't know. It's really good. Alrighty, let's see. Full moon eclipse 96. Okay, let's see. Allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that this is the right time. As hard as it may be, forgiving someone for what they did could be the key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases you so you can move on. No, but release it so that you can move on. And there's definitely this sense here of like just allow yourself to really listen to what it is or how it is that spirit is trying to show you, that you can make a practical plan to allow yourself to move forward in a situation. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you as always. Thank you for all the love and support. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and like and subscribe. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.